Good morning, everyone. I think it's going to be by far one of my absolute favorite vlogs to share because I'm headed out of the house to shop for our Persian New Year spread, which I talked about in one of my previous videos, which I will go over everything with you, all the little details in this vlog so you know exactly what I'm doing. So us Persians, we celebrate our New Year's first day of spring, which can vary every single year. It's normally the 19th, 20th, 21st, but it's the first day of the equinox where the sun crosses the equator. So that moment, that it's like a second that happens, that's when our New Year's is. And every year it's different. It falls on a different date and a different time frame. So for example, this year is Thursday, March 20th at 5:01 a.m. and something seconds. And so we celebrate our New Year's then, and I have carried on the culture since I was a little girl. I've always loved it. It was my absolute favorite time of the year. So today I'm going to shop for our spread. So the spread, I briefly told you what the New Year's is. So the spread is something that we do a couple of days before New Year's, which this year I'm a little late. Normally I have it on maybe a week before, but this is in 2 days. It's in 2 days. And so the spread, it's literally called 7 S's. If you translate it, it's Haft-sin, 7 S's. But we do put other things that do not start with S. They have other meanings, which I will also go over that with you. So I took some notes on my phone actually because I wanted to make sure that I tell you everything and I don't miss anything. And I'm currently getting ready, and that's why I'm a little bit of a rush because I woke up this morning with one of the worst migraines of my life. One of the worst. And so it kind of pushes my schedule behind a little bit because I have to take my time. I have to recover from the headache and migraine. And even after the headache goes away, like currently I don't have a headache, but I went to the gym and I had a pounding migraine the whole time I was at the gym. In the sauna, even worse. I couldn't even do my full 20 minutes of sauna. But after you recover, there's still this weird feeling that you have all day, where you feel very sluggish, you feel like you have a brain fog, you do feel that something's happened. So it kind of messed up my schedule a little bit, so that's why I'm rushing, because before it gets dark, I need to do a lot of things, and then I have a meeting. So I've got to do all of that before 7 p.m. But I'm going to tell you briefly what this New Year's is all about so that you can follow me along, because I'm going to take you along with me today. So Norooz has been celebrated for over 3,000 years. So the country I'm from, I'm Persian. It's the oldest country in the world. So therefore it's got the oldest culture. It's got the oldest history. It's got the oldest cuisine in the whole entire world. So our culture goes way back. So there are normally 4 celebrations that we do, which is, one of them is tonight. It's normally the Tuesday night, which is Wednesday after midnight. You jump from fire. It's called fire jumping. It's a festival. I've never translated this in English before, ever. I never had to explain this to anyone other than people who I never had to explain this to anyone before, because Iranians, Persians, my friends or family, they all know, and I never talked about it on my YouTube or my other social media platforms. So this is my first time actually like translating it to a non-Persian language. So the fire jumping is tonight. It happens tonight. A festival before Norooz where people jump over fire to cleanse away negativity. So normally you put 3 types of fires, and in Iran, in Iran, they go all out. They go all out to the point that it's dangerous sometimes. Sometimes if you search for pictures, you'll see that the fires that they jump from are humongous. Like it's sometimes physically impossible to jump from them. So here they take it a little bit easier because the laws and the rules and everything, it doesn't allow them to do that. But we do actually have a big celebration here in DC, in the middle of DC, and a lot of Iranians get together and there's fire and people jump from it. So that's basically to get rid of negativity. And then there is the spread that I told you about, the 7 S's spread. They actually do it at the White House every year. Not sure if they're going to do it this year or not. I'm pretty sure they do. Pretty sure they do it every year. I think so. I'm pretty sure they do. So that symbolizes arrangement of 7 items that starts with S in Persian, each representing renewal, health, and prosperity, which I'll go over with you shortly. And then there is the spring cleaning, which I told you about, which is literally called shaking the house. If you translate it in English, it's called shaking of the house. And it's a deep clean of the home to welcome the New Year's with freshness. Then there's a Sizde Bedar, which I told you it's 13 days after, which here we do it the Sunday. So once the 13-day passes, that first Sunday, because people normally can take off any time of the week, so it falls on a Sunday here. But normally, traditionally in Iran, it's exactly on day 13, because everybody is off during the 13 days, and then that day 13 is the big picnic that I told you about, and then everyone goes back to work. Schools are closed, everything is closed for 13 days. So that is on the 13th day, families go outside to a picnic and release their sabze, which is the sprouted greens that I told you about, into nature, symbolizing the letting go of the past worries. You could let it go in nature, but I did talk about that a flowing river or something, like a water that kind of flows, not a still water, not a pond. It's supposed to be like a flowing, and then you make a wish. And then there is so like these are the 4 celebrations. And then I will briefly tell you the items that we put on the spread. So the first one is the sprout, which symbolizes nature, excitements, and is a sign of love. So the next one is garlic. It symbolizes health, disinfection, getting rid of negativity and infections. And then there's sumac, which is translated to sumac. I guess they call it the same thing here. It symbolizes tolerance and patience. Then there's apple, which is translated to sib. And apple, as you know, they always say that old saying, 1 apple a day keeps the doctor away, symbolizes health. Then there is senjed, which I never knew what its English name is. It's called sea buckthorn. Sea buckthorn. I have no idea. It's a symbol of wisdom because it was used in traditional medicine to energize the mind and memory. I did not know that either. That's interesting. Then we put vinegar, which is serke, also starts with an S. Vinegar symbolizes an unbreakable thing that represents disinfection. Some people think that it symbolizes satisfaction or surrender as well. And then there's samanu, which is, in English, I have no idea what this is called. Samanak? I have no idea what it's called. It's like a paste. It has roots in the Persian kingdom, and it is delicious paste produced from germinated wheat that is prepared especially for Norooz. In actuality, it stands for strength and bravery. All right. The next one is sombol, which is the hyacinth flower, and that one symbolizes new beginnings, coming of spring. Then we put coin. Coin is a sign of wealth and success. Oh, sorry. The flower is in Farsi is called sombol. The coin in Farsi is called seke, so we're still on S's. Coin is sign of wealth and success. Then we put mirror. It does not start with S, but it's a tradition. It's a tradition that we've been doing for years. It's a non-scene. It says it's a non-scene. It doesn't start with S. Object, and it represents light and symbolizes self-reflection. And then we put fish, goldfish specifically. I don't do goldfish anymore. I did it for 2 years, I think. And then it quickly died and I didn't like that at all. So I bought these little plastic ones from Amazon, and they kind of like float underwater. So I just put those. I don't buy real fish because I just don't. My parents have a pond in their backyard, and right after New Year's, they just put it in the pond and they live for years and years and years. And I could put mine in their pond, but they don't have enough room for everybody's fish. So I no longer buy the actual fish, like a live fish. So fish is another one. It represents Pisces, because I guess that's the sign for spring. And then that's it. Yeah, there are a couple of other things you can put. For example, the fresh flowers that I told you about. Some people put the actual wheat. Like this one is actually one of my favorite pictures. It's been going on. It's been going around on the internet for a couple of years now. And then you put candles, I think, just to make it really beautiful and pretty. So this is one example of it. There's candles, there's fresh blossoms. And then this is their sprout, which I really want to know what this is, because I guess it's like beans or something. And then they've got apples. They've got, what is that? Flowers. And then this is a senjit that I told you about. And then garlic, coin, eggs. It didn't have eggs in the one I told you about, did it? But we also put eggs, either fake ones or I put real ones. All you have to do is boil it. But But I'm also making a sourdough bread today. I have guests coming over this weekend, and so tomorrow I'm making a fresh batch of sourdough bread. I'm gonna put it in the fridge so that for Saturday I can freshly bake it and put it in the oven. But I'm making sourdough bread for ourselves, so I gotta go downstairs, do some stretch and folds, and then head out to buy a couple of things. And I can't wait to take you along. I'm going to the nursery to find some of these fresh flowers. I don't know if they will have some fresh ones, some white ones. I'm looking for white ones. And then I'm headed to the grocery store and some other stores. I'll take you along, so let's go. Kind of sad, I don't know. Actually, this one doesn't look that sad. This one. Might pick this up. Real. I would have grabbed it in 2 seconds if this was real. Ah, beautiful. Good evening, everyone. What a long day. I just got back from, well, not just, I got back from being outside, which I showed you, which you came along with me, and I had a couple of meetings and had lunch and just crashed on the couch for half an hour, 45 minutes. And I'm not going to get to do the spread tonight because I also want to film it, probably film a reel for it, and I want it to be sunny. It's currently, the sun has already set and it's getting dark, so I don't want to film it right now. But I am preparing stuff for tomorrow. So I am doing a couple of things tonight. So I already purchased the Samanu and the Senjet, which I told you about. This is a lot. I'm probably going to use a little bit of it. And then the guy told me that I really should. He's like, do you want a large? I'm like, no, give me the smallest one. And this is the paste that I told you about. It's a paste of wheat. I've never ever tried this, ever. And he's like, do you want a large one? I was like, no, please give me your smallest one just for the sofre, just for the spread. And he's like, you don't eat it? I was like, no, I've never tried it. He's like, oh, It's the best thing ever. And he's like, I'm gonna give you a medium one. Try a little bit so that way your dish or whatever you're putting it in can also be full. And then there were 2 other people there and they were shocked that I never tried it. So I thought it's sour, but people said it's sweet. So I'm gonna try a tiny little taste of it. I've never tried it. But I'm preparing for tomorrow. I'm gonna boil 2 eggs. Last year, the way I did the eggs were really, really cute, and I think I wanna copy the same thing I did last year. And I forgot to buy baby breaths. I'm probably gonna head out tomorrow again to buy some. But I'm preparing just a little bit so that I can just put them out tomorrow. So I'm gonna boil the eggs first. And then I remembered that I bought this a couple of years ago and I never used it. This is like a 1 serving or maybe 2 cookies, or maybe it fits only 1 cupcake and it's as small as my hand. But I might display my apple in here. I gotta wash this because it's been on the shelf for 2 years now. I haven't washed it, but I think I might display the apple in here. It kind of looks cool. That does look cool, and maybe like that. I still don't know what theme I want to go with. I'm themeless at the moment. Last year, it's funny because last year I did these really antique cute teacups that I have, and I was like, 1 year I did teacups. So I filled all my teacups with all these little things and I put them. Then the year after, I was like, I came up with this idea. I don't know if I saw it somewhere at a wedding or Pinterest. Definitely not for the spread. It was for something else, but the cups were tilted over and I think flowers were pouring out of them. And I was like, oh, that would be a really good idea for the spread. So I did that. I tilted all my teacups, pretending that everything is falling out of it. And then my sister told me she's gonna copy it this year, and she just FaceTimed me. She's like, I just came up with the cutest idea if you want to copy it. And she showed me her spread, and she did that. She did like the tilted, I think I did pop a picture last time on here, but she tilted her teacups and everything's like pouring out of it. I really like that idea, but I kind of want to do something a little bit different. I don't want to do identical to last year. So I'm still themeless, still trying to figure out. But I'm gonna prepare the things that I need to put on there first, and then we'll go from there. I also ordered another set of those Amazon dishes that I showed you, the flower dishes. I ordered another set. I said I will. So now I have 8, so I might use those. Really want to use these boards for something. These are, we bought from Italy, this market in the middle of the street. Really want to use these for something. Maybe I'll put my like garlic on one, and then that actually looks cute. I don't know. That's why I'm not doing it tonight, because I have no idea what I'm doing. This, I normally like to brainstorm a day or 2 before, just putting everything out, just see how everything looks, and then putting it on a table. So that's what I'm doing tonight, which I'm a couple of days late, but let me show you my sprout. You're not gonna believe. So this is a wheat sprout, which grows like grass, very, very straight. Is it dark? Let me turn on a light or something. Okay, the light is much better. So this grows like grass. And then the lentil one, I'll show you the lentil one. I did 2. I did a lot of them. And then the baby, I'm in the middle. Yeah, 1 second, please. Yes. Did you know I'm filming? No. You do that on purpose? Oh. And then this is the wheat, and then let me show you the lentil. But they grew so much. And this is the lentil. This is my mom's lentil. I gotta put a ribbon around it or put it in something. But do you see how they're all tilting towards the sun? It's the most adorable thing. You gotta turn it around every morning. Babe, I'm filming.
Are you coming with us for a walk? Because Jessica has been asking you all day.
Give me a second, I'm filming.
Okay, so we're leaving.
I'm coming, 1 second.
So you have 1 second.
I want to go on a walk with them. But they all go towards the sun, and you gotta tilt it, turn it every couple of hours so that they don't grow this way, they grow straight. But I gotta put some kind of ribbon around this tomorrow as well. So this is the sprouts. I'm so excited. Well, we just got back from a lovely, lovely walk. During the day, it was so warm and so cozy that I wore a spring dress. And then we went to go on a walk and it was dark and the sun had gone down. And I thought it's still a gorgeous spring day, 75 degrees. And I went with my dress and I was freezing. I was freezing. That was a bad decision. But just got back from a walk and I'm going to wind down slowly. I have to finish the sourdough bread. I just took off my makeup because I have learned to take off my makeup the moment before the evening starts, before the winding down starts, because two reasons, not in order. But one of the reasons is because I want my skincare products to marinate on my skin, not the pillowcase. I don't want the pillowcase to get the skincare. And that's what happens when I do my skincare and then go to bed immediately. My pillow gets all the goodies. So I want everything to marinate through my skin a couple of hours before I can put my head down on my pillow. Number two is that I get so exhausted by the time we're ready to come to bed, so exhausted that I don't enjoy it as much as I'm supposed to. I love my night skincare routine. Morning is something. Morning is amazing too, but morning you're rushing, getting this day started. But night is, if genuinely feels like a spa day to me. Gives me all the cozy vibes, gives me all the calm vibes. It's like that moment you take just for you, like me time. And it's great. I really, really enjoy it. But when I do it late at night, I'm so tired that I don't enjoy it. It just feels like a chore. And so yeah, I've learned to do it a couple of hours before bed and I enjoy it so much more. But I'm gonna go finish the rest of my sourdough bread and put it in the fridge, then read a little bit and watch a little bit of TV if Jimon finishes work. I'm still clueless when it comes to my spread. I don't know what I want to do with this spread. I think what I'm going to do this year is just put out everything that I love. Like every little corner is everything that I love and just not have like a theme. I might do that. Yeah, I'm so clueless, as you can see. But I'm going to do that tomorrow. And then Thursday morning when we wake up, we're not going to stay up until 5 a.m. or wake up at 5 a.m. Absolutely not. Sometimes we do. Sometimes if it's 12, 1, I think we've stayed up until 2 a.m. One time it was 2 a.m. We stayed up for it. And one time it was 7 a.m. Of course, we woke up for it. But 5 a.m. is a little bit difficult to wake up. And so the moment we wake up Thursday morning, it will be our New Year's. And I'm very, very excited. Very, very excited for it. So I can't wait to share that vlog as well. You will see that on Sunday. You will see all the New Year's goodies and everything on Sunday. But this video will go out on Thursday. So by the time you see this, it will be on New Year's. And just to quickly tell you how much I have been loving my alarm, my hatch, especially the meditation. Mine is set to 10 minutes because I fall asleep within the 10 minutes she meditates with me. And you can pick whoever you want. You can pick, there's so many different people that do meditation. I just randomly picked, I think her name is Kara. I absolutely love her voice. She comes very soothing, very calm vibes. And I just love the way she talks. And mine is set to 10 minutes. And as I said in my wellness tips video, you can pick what you are troubled with. For example, mine is overthinking. So I put that in there. It has different options. For example, it says, are you not able to get off your phone? Do you stress? Do you have anxiety? Do you have depression? Do you have this? Do you have that? So according to what you want to work on, it will pair you with a different meditation. So it's amazing. I've been absolutely loving it. Every night I just get to bed, push a button. You can set it to a certain time, but I never know exactly what time I'm coming to bed. So all I have to do is push a little button and it will go through my wind down routine, which is meditation first and then white noise and then the wake up in the morning with the sunrise and everything. So it's been amazing. It's been my absolute favorite. Maybe I'll do a monthly favorite and that will be my absolute number one monthly favorite. But I've got my cup of tea here. I'm gonna get in my robe, go finish my bread, read a little bit of my book with maybe a fireplace and some candles on, and just enjoy the rest of the night.
It's way too easy to focus on problems. We spend a lot of our time putting out fires or focusing on the ways that we can make our life better. And sometimes it's all too easy to forget that there's much to be grateful for. I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I know your life, but maybe you aren't covered in mud. Maybe you even have a friend or two, or a pet who you love, or a favorite place to walk. Reflecting on what's good in our lives can be a really helpful way of letting our nervous system settle, of feeling a sense of safety, ease, and contentment. I know you've probably heard about it on Oprah, and gratitude journals have been oversold and capitalized on as a cure-all. But this practice actually has real benefits that have been tried and true for millennia of human existence, so maybe still worth a shot. This meditation is meant to help you change the channel from all the problems there are to worry about to all the things that actually don't suck. And for once, go to bed happy, for a really basic sense of comfort right now.